Greetings YouTube! Time for another bargain video. And we have a nice selection of role-playing game stuff in this particular video today, so I think the gamers might find it interesting. First up we have the Scholastic's Dinosaurs A to Z, the Ultimate Dinosaur Encyclopedia, which is quite nice. I picked it up at a Goodwill for $1. Then we have the Lost City of... Sorry, I have a cat that's doing something she's not supposed to. The Last City of Gaxmore, which I picked up because you can never have too many city references. I have Bluffside City on the Edge, again a city reference, and Beyond the Walls, which is a collection of locations. So standalone locations, like a festival, like a small city, things like that, a trading area, with fully spec'd out NPCs and all that. Nothing for actual Adventure Siege, just the setting for a GM to use. And I picked up all three of those books for less than $20, and $12 of that was shipping. So it was a really great deal. If I had, didn't have to pay shipping, it would have been a steal. And they are all for D20. I think they all might be 3.0, but I'm not positive. But they will work for any iteration of D&D you want to play, and any competent GM can use them. Next we have the Lord of the Rings role-playing adventure game, The Twin Towers. I picked this up at $5 at Goodwill. It is missing the dice, but it has all the maps, it has the rule book, it has the playing pieces. It has character sheets, all of them there. It's the only thing that's missing dice, and let's face it, I own lots of dice. And I figured it should belong in my collection as opposed to just sitting on a shelf somewhere. And it's full of pictures from the film. Then we have a bunch of books, which is bad because, I'm not supposed to be buying books, but I bought books anyway. We have The Joy of Mathematics, Discovering Mathematics All Around You, because I still have a fascination for math, even though I'm bad at it. The Gurkhas by Byron Farewell. I also have a fascination with the Gurkhas and their kukris. We have Sneaky Uses for Everyday Things, forward by Ira Flatow, host of NPR's Science Friday. And I flipped through it, and it's kind of interesting. It's got a nice selection of household suggestions, gadgety stuff, survival things, sneaky spy-like kind of things, all kinds of stuff. It's got a nice little selection there. Then we have Voices for the Dead, which is a forensic investigator's pursuit of the truth in the grave. Includes photos; those would be cheery. A Trailside series guide kayaking. That was my wife. Sakya Panditya's Illuminations, a guide to essential Buddhist practices. My mother has recently shown an interest in Buddhism. Picked it up for $1. Men of Honor, which is a film I quite enjoy because I have a thing for divers in aquatic environments, and I bought it because it has a commentary track. It was also well acted both by De Niro and by Gooding. And we have The Man with the Golden Gun, which is a wonderfully cheesy film, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. And I got this, and it has a commentary track, which is also what I like about the Bond movies I've been picking up in the last year or so. But while looking for this, I looked at 3 other Bond movies that were at this Goodwill, and all of them were bootlegs. And I handed them to the people at the desk and I said, these are all bootlegs. And I warned someone else. I said, hey, I just found 3 bootlegs here, so we'll be awarded. He's like, oh, it's only $3, I don't care. I said, no, you understand. If they are selling bootlegs, they could get in trouble, and I don't want them to get into trouble. So that's why I said that. And then we have, kind of random, but I needed to put it somewhere in a video, a yoga mat. My wife needed a new yoga mat, and this is bigger than the one she had. So she's donating the yoga mat she has to me, so I can use it for whatever I want to use it for. Good foam padding I can use for something. So that's going to go into the project pile. So next up is going to be a really odd selection of things. Alright, on to part 2. First up we have a Schrade machete, which actually is here. His listing is $9.99 and I only paid $8.50. So it was a pretty good deal for it. I don't have a D-ring machete. Well, now I have a D-ring machete, and it does come with a sheath on the back. We have a penguin picture frame, which actually has pictures of penguins in it. And this is from Pier 1 Imports, a place that I frequent occasionally. And I bought this at a thrift shop for $1. The original price on this was $17. that's crazy. Somebody spent $17 on this and then donated it without having ever used it, since it's still got the original picture in there, which is just the holder's picture. But my wife works with a woman who really loves penguins, so as a joke, for $1, I got that for her. We have a Redware mug, Redware mug, that my wife picked out because she liked the feel and the shape and everything, so that's hers. We have a vase, which is a familiar shape to anyone who knows me. It says small chip in the base. Where is it? Right there. A small chip, but it was $2, and I really like the shape, and it has a vaguely Roku vibe to it. Next we have a Gorilla flashlight. And it has a standard incandescent bulb. I need to get my hands on some screw-in LED bulbs. I keep saying that, and I keep not getting them. I got to get my butt in gear and find some. I know they're available. I just have to find them. Because I want to convert that to LED, because I convert everything to LED. But I paid $1 for it on the off chance it worked, and it had corrosion in the battery compartment, which I cleaned out, and now it works. Now I just need to convert it to LED, because why not? And I'll give it to somebody. We have a small hook. Now, I don't know if this was what this was originally designed for, because it almost makes me think of like, it looks like it's too small to be for logging, but that's kind of the vibe I got. It's threaded, it's dirty. I'm going to clean it up, figure out what thread it is, and I'm going to turn this into something. I don't know what yet, but we're going to see. We're going to get a project out of that sometime. Next we have, this is from the Bonnie Vice and Tool Works Incorporated in Allentown, Pennsylvania, USA. And my parents are from that area, so it made me smile. American made, it has number 3 here. That could be the weight, because this thing is not light. Or it could just be the size. And this has teeth in there, and the teeth are actually at a slight slope. So as you're putting this on a pipe to turn it, they're kind of you're kind of driving them into it so it doesn't lose its grip. I did a sketch version of one of these once based on a dragon. It's not like a dragon's mouth once, and I never had one in my collection. Now I do, and it was, the guy only went in $5 for it. Next we have a baton, which is just wood. It's not very heavy. It was never finished. So I am going to clean it up. I'm going to sand it. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to put some weight in here. Probably drill a hole down the center, and then put a bolt in there and epoxy it in place. To give it a better, more forward-heavy, more impact, and probably put a small eyelet down here so you can use a lanyard, which would also make it safer. But yeah, it was 50 cents. I think I didn't want it for 50 cents, so 50 cents, bought myself a project. Next we have, this is a device, it's called the Swing Trainer. Improves swing tempo and plane. Heavy 3-pound overall weight, molded rubber grip, training grip. And it was $7 at Walmart. They had a bunch on sale. They didn't want them, and I had a gift card for a couple bucks, so it cost me less than $5. And I got it as an impact weapon because it was cool. And I'm walking around with this thing over my shoulder like doopy 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 doo. And I also had a machete. I had a machete in my other hand, so I'm sure I looked wonderful. Funny, no one called the police and shot me. Then we have an extendable light bulb attachment here, and this thing comes out to be long enough to reach things out of your way to grab them. Large light bulb, because I have a large light bulb outside that I need to change, and I just recently bought a better quality pole. So I didn't buy this for the pole, I bought this for this. It was $1. Somebody wanted this whole thing for $1, and I bought it for this. I'll find a use for the pole, but that's what I bought this for, was this attachment right there. Then we have a Santa bell for my wife. We had seen a Santa bell not long ago, but the person wanted $30 for a lot of bells, and there were like 40 or 45 bells in this thing. Most of them were ceramic or glass, and we don't like ceramic or glass bells. We like metal ones. So we didn't buy it, but I found this, and I paid like $3 for it, and it's got a pretty decent tone, so that was nice. And we also have this one, which is, kind of bang them together. They had a nice tone. I think it was $2 or $3 for that at Goodwill. Next we have a watch, and you hook this onto your belt, and it folds up, and it pushes. Oh, if I push it closed, I can't get it back open again. But when it flips down, notice how the screen is upside down. But when you're wearing it, it's right side up. And I carry a carabiner watch for this in this position for that reason. But this is even more well hidden because it's completely folded up. So I thought I'd give this a try, and it was nice quality, nice size face, completely protected when it's closed, and he wanted $10 for it. So for $10, I thought I'd give it a try because I paid more than that for the watch I'm currently wearing, which I haven't done a review of yet, and I will. Then we have a bead necklace. These are just plastic, but I really like the color, and it's for my friend Felicia, who also happens to like this color, and she normally wears ones that are a little longer than this. But I happen to have a fondness for chokers, and if she doesn't like it, we can make it longer just by extending the chain, so she can still wear it if she wants, because she does like this color range, this kind of orangey, autumny colors. Then we have a Victorinox pruning knife, which I picked up for $5 at a flea market today, and it's in really nice shape. It's got wear on the handle, but the blade is in excellent condition. Whoever owned this may have carried it for a long time, but they took care of it, and I appreciate that. And I have a fondness for the straight. In this case, this would be a sheep's foot, even though I'm also fond of the Wharncliffe, which is also a straight edge, but it comes more to has a sharper point than these do. And then we have the weird thing of the day. That's this thing. It's a woman, the upper torso of a woman, who has pinchers and little antennas and the body of a scorpion with the scorpion's tail, and she's all flappy. She's rubber. I have no idea where this came from. I have to see if I can figure this out. Like, rubber scorpion woman. I'm going to do a search for rubber scorpion woman. But I paid $0.25 for her. And I was like, I had to do that. Because that would be great for role-playing games. You dump that on the table and they're going to be like, what the heck is that thing? Which would be very funny. So there you go, folks. It's a strange collection in this section half. I freely admit this. But I got some great tools. This is a great wrench. It would also make a good improvised impact tool. Impact weapon. This hook will be made into something. This baton will be improved over what it is right now. This thing is an impact weapon that you could carry in your car, and no one is ever going to bat an eye at. Particularly if you're a white guy, say, I just want to practice my golf swing. So you never know, folks. Keep your eyes open, and you can find weapons everywhere.